Waging war on corruption. It's Alex Jones coming to you live from the front lines of the InfoWar.
Waging war. Oh,
the world.
We've seen this incredible speech by Trump. The day before that, coming out and saying the media is the enemy of the American people. The day before that, that big press conference. I mean, this is historical. It's epic. It's crazy. It's wild. And then we see the job numbers for poor people, middle class, the small factory jobs, the small business jobs. I covered it earlier. They're exploding. There's one thing going right for Trump, the media says. There's more than that, but that's the article where they admit this. This is gigantic. Just to have somebody not out to get us. We're so used to being screwed, we just expect it's a self-fulfilling process that we should submit. But where do you see the world today? Where do you see this going?
You know, it's interesting you asked me that. Where is it going? I didn't expect there to be that many protesters out there, to be honest with you. I thought that it was going to die down. You know, that seems to be getting less and less every time. But yet they were out in droves. They were intense.
So was it a few thousand, a few hundred?
I would say probably about 400, 500.
But then you had like 9,000 got in.
Yeah. Oh, you had like
thousands couldn't get in for Trump.
Yeah, you had thousands of Trump supporters. They wasn't even close.
I just got how dumb they were. He's rich and wants me to be poor.
No, but think about this. You know what, Alex? And here's the thing, though. It all comes back to that story that I brought in. Bill Gates saying that tens of millions of people
Yeah, let's talk about that. Bill Gates has been caught in biological warfare, running eugenics. His dad, a big eugenicist with the Army. And he says, don't worry about nukes. Bioweapons are coming, but let me talk to world government. So they had a plan where Chelsea would run it. Let me run things, and I'll stop you all dying.
Or who even knows? It could be some, techno-cyber bioweapon. And who would you think might be able to develop or have the capacity to do something?
I just trust Bill Gates. I think we should do everything he says.
Bill Gates of hell. So I think that because our movement is so great, I mean, Alex, you've changed the world, and we've changed it together.
Our listeners have. Our listeners have.
I always tell the people out there, both the protesters who hate InfoWars, like, oh, you're fake news, and I go, really, we just changed the world. And the same with the people who come up, they say, we love Alex Jones. Tell Alex Jones hi for me. They come, they shake my hand, they say, we love InfoWars. I say, you guys changed the world. You guys changed the world. And the goal is obviously to rid ourselves of the people who have been screwing over, not just America, just the common man.
Yeah, nobody's perfect, but the globalists use monopolies and control systems.
So where we're at is a nexus point where enough people have woken up and taken action that within a few years, probably by the end of the Trump administration, we're going to really be able to knock down some of these barriers that have been governing humanity.
I agree. Let me ask you this. If they've got a bunch of beta failures, nothing mean, but they're like the worst, dumbest people you can imagine serving their globalist system, and we're fighting back trying to have prosperity, where does it end?
And that's what I think. Either we have this great victory and we take these shackles off of humanity that have been holding us back for decades. We don't even know. I mean, to the stars, literally to the stars. Or a bioweapon kills, 90% of the people on the earth.
No, I agree. Bill Gates is saying, hey, I want to talk to world leaders. A bioweapon's about to be released. And maybe that's everybody. Everybody wants to be trendy and cool, just watch TV and buy into lies. Maybe it's time to lay down and go to sleep. Maybe Bill Gates is right. Maybe he should go on and rule things and have a life extension and run things in the future.
But you know what? I feel
maybe Bill Gates is right. I'm going to be honest. Maybe it's time he release a bioweapon and kill everybody. Maybe he is. Maybe public doesn't care. They want to believe in him and love him. Maybe he's right. Maybe if we don't have a survival instinct to fight him, maybe it's time that he kill us.
And that's actually probably how he looks at it, as far as he already looks at humanity like they've given up. He already looks at it like humanity's already...
No, he sees us struggling, and he's making a little threat right now. But I'm just saying, if the public won't stand up and take action, then just, Bill Gates, love us. Give us your love.
What do you think he would do? Do you think he'd use the Trump test to decide, or do you think he'd just wipe us all out?
They're figuring out how to do it and get away with it. And consolidate power, and now they know it's all being looked at, so they don't know what to do. It's like his wife 2 years ago said, everybody talking about how we're going to kill everybody is going to cause everybody to die.
I made this analogy.
And our argument is, you give in and we're going to kill everybody. Listen, we're just figuring out how to kill all the third world people right now. You give in, we're going to kill all of you.
It's like this. They're trying to burn humanity and what it's tried to create on this planet in liberty and freedom and the pursuit of happiness. It's trying to stop that. And while they burn essentially the world doing that, I always use this analogy. While the world burns, Bill Gates is lifting up on the hot air balloon, and he's not dropping the ladder down. You know, Zuckerberg thinks he's on that hot air balloon with the Pope, who's Alex is doing some nice art here. Actually, I've had Alex sing today. He's done comedy today, and he's now done art today. So I've seen 3 talents of Alex Jones. I still want my paycheck next week, but I think that this is just worth the show right here. Just hearing you sing and everything. But Alex, I think that that's where we're going, and I think that Bill Gates, I don't know if it's a threat. I don't know if this is kind of what they do. You know that they like to show their hand before they play it. It's an arrogance move. So why don't you put a little piece of pizza on his thing too? Maybe he likes pizza.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of pizza news these days.
Saying. I'm just saying. But you know what, Alex? I told you I want to do something for you. You talk about the dregs of society, okay, and the lowest of the low. In my opinion, are most of these protesters we see. Now, there's probably one in about 1,000. I've probably talked to 1,000 of these people, 2,000, 3,000. How many people I've come into? There's every once in a while you get one that can actually hold a conversation. But you know, I go to these all-you-can-eat buffets of Trump protesters, Alex. And I eat a lot, and afterwards, I always brush with Super Blue. So I just want you to know that. Every time after...
Well, we've sold out of the toothpaste, which is an incredible sale, so we got to give it more, but that's how we fund our operation. But Owen, I appreciate you. Hey, seriously, though, Trump's speech, he's clearly...
How can people not like
Did you see the economic numbers where, like, everywhere the small businesses are exploding?
Did you see the video of the Joker? I talked to some guy out there in a clown outfit.
Yeah, what was he doing?
Okay, so he goes... First of all, he couldn't answer one question. This guy was a total dumbass, and I'm being polite. Whatever. He's out there dressed up like the Joker. I mean, come on. How high could his IQ actually be? But anyway, he's like, well, did you see Trump's areas right there? I mean, really, this guy's IQ is probably like 28. That's why he's dressed up like the Joker. So good for him. But he's out there, and he's like, whoa, didn't you hear Trump? Did you see that press conference? I'm like, yeah, I loved it. And he's like, well, what did you love about it? And I named off like the 6 things that I could recall immediately off the top of my head that I loved about it. And he's like, oh, yeah, he just sounds like a 7-year-old. And I asked him, I'm like, oh, well, name one thing he did that sounded like a 7-year-old. Couldn't answer it. I was like, what did you not like about it? Couldn't answer it.
No, it's sad, though. These are delusionals.
It is sad.
They don't have their own will. They just believe because they agree with MSM.
They've been crushed.
They must be empowered, even though MSM is there to dominate them.
They've been crushed. They have been absolutely crushed by the mainstream media. They've been absolutely crushed by the drugs, in the water, in the food, in the drugs, in the vaccines. They've been crushed, Alex. They've been crushed. But you have to crush the individual before you defeat it. That's the new globalist mindset, because this is the fight they know they're going to get from humans. Human resistance is as old as probably humans.
And that's why they're bringing in machines, and all this is to make us absolutely under their control. Owen Schroyer.
And now they're saying, oh, we need a universal income for machines.
Yeah, and then a universal income the government directs the public. So you don't go to your own job or to your own life. We give you something somebody else made.
Or build your own news network.
It's all about monopoly. And so we're not going to do that. We're winning. Trump has proven himself to be real. And just know this, Bill Gates is a horrible globalist, eugenicist, who openly has declared war against humanity, and by exposing him, we're going to win. I'll be back, Lord willing, tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time with the 4-hour weekday transmission. I want to thank Nico and all the rest of the crew, from Matt to Zach, the Lego Maniac, for being here tonight. I want to just encourage you to know this. I don't get upset by you being successful. I get excited by that. The globalists want monopolies. So thank you all for your support. Please don't forget, we don't really have big sponsors. You hear radio ads and network ads that fund things for them. With us, it's just people going to InfoWarsStore.com and getting the vitamins and minerals and supplements and the non-GMO heirloom seeds and the products and the T-shirts at InfoWarsStore.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139. We're not perfect. Myself and Owen don't have all the answers, but we don't want you to fall for us to succeed. And that's the big difference between good and evil. So thank you all for your support. And Lord willing, if God has me here, because God's in control on this little planet going through space and this spiral arm of the Milky Way galaxy, I'll be back tomorrow live, 11 a.m. Central at Infowars.com. Now spread this archive video and ram it up the you-know-what of the globalists. God bless you all, because there is a God. Look, I'm not going to sit here and say, see, I told you so, that communist Chinese-style net censorship was coming to the web, because it's already here. It's being announced. The way you keep the internet open and free is you get involved more than ever. Go to Infowars.com/app. A new battleship in the fight. Infowars Live, available right now. We're looking for a crew to man it. You gonna sit down and play games and be a trendy? Or are you gonna be part of history? Don't sit by and let the internet and free speech be stolen from you. Take action. Today we call it bone broth, and for thousands of years our ancestors enjoyed its benefits before it became lost to our modern diets of processed junk. We are now introducing Caveman by InfoWarsLive.com, the ultimate in true paleo nutrition with bone broth, turmeric root, chaga mushroom, and 7 total primal superfoods in a single great tasting formula. Caveman. It's those people living in the wilds having to actually build civilization that are our superior ancestors, and we need to do everything we can to recapture that. Everyone knew that you used all the parts of the animal. You used the meat for sustenance, the fat for cooking, but you used the bones for strength. From the outside structure full of minerals and key cofactors to the marrow that produces the blood for the body, this is the engine of the life essence. I'm a long way from the caveman my ancestors were, but I'm sure as hell trying to get back to that essence that made us what we were, and this is a big part of it. I know you're going to want to check out Caveman Ultimate Paleo Formula for yourself at InfoWarsLife.com today.